What's going on, guys? So there's an article, that came out. Said the gaming industry, pardon me, the gaming industry finally asks, like it's been a burning question, where are the female representation in video games? I don't know who's this damn dumb, but they need to stop. They need to stop, and they need to think. They need to go and they need to look through the catalog, because there's a lot of AAA games I'm going to name in this, okay? Female representation is in Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry for the glare back. It's in Final Fantasy VII. I don't think there's ever been a game outside of Final Fantasy VII that pushes any player to the point of tears over the death of Ares. And I hope I'm saying her name. Ares? I don't know how you say her name. But she's the person who gets killed, and every gamer in existence who's played this game pretty much has an emotional breakdown during that scene. Final Fantasy VIII. See her right here? This one here? That's a female. This is during PlayStation 1. Oh, this is going to be a fun time right here. This is going to be fun. Because you can play as her too. Oh, and just in case you thought I thought or think that there's only one female in Final Fantasy VII, no, I know there's two. I just don't feel like going through every single fucking name. Okay? Do you see a female on the front of this? I do, because she's right there. So that's Final Fantasy IX. That's all Final Fantasies on the PlayStation 1, all having female protagonists that are part of the game in a big fucking way. Shall we keep going? Because I'm about to blow your fucking mind. How about the PS2? Did the PS2 have any strong female leads? Yes, and here's two games of the same exact fucking franchise, and the females changed. I guess Dante's never met this person before. No, this isn't the person you're talking to at the start of the fucking game. That's not a female, right? How about this chick? This one right here. If you don't think you could play as her, her CD's right here. This is her CD where you gotta play as her. So this game right here puts you in the position to finally play as a female. I can keep going if you would like for PlayStation 2, because I'm pretty sure, what is it? I can't see all my fucking PS2 games right now, but damn. Okay, yeah, I can't see my PS2 games, I'm sorry. But I grabbed these two because I knew these two right off the top of my head. Let's see. But we'll just keep it going. Remember in that generation of the PS2, the original Xbox and the GameCube? Remember a little game called Fatal Frame? It was the scariest game ever made at the time. Fatal Frame, it turned into a franchise, producing not only one but two on that generation that I'm aware of. There may be, I think the third one came out on that generation as well. But the main protagonist in those games normally are female. Normally. I even have Spirit Camera here. And I have the original first one on the original Xbox. You know, I can keep going all day. In fact, I'm going to go a little bit further, and I'm finna blow your mind. Ever heard of Resident Evil? A little company named Capcom made this zombie game back on PlayStation 1. And they got remastered and touched up really nicely and put on GameCube. Does anybody remember Resident Evil? Now, if I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me, but can you not choose between a male named Chris and a female named Jill? Well, I'll be damned if I can play as Jill Valentine. Doesn't that mean she's the main protagonist? How about Resident Evil 2? Claire Valentine, Redfield. I don't know why I want to say Valentine, I'm sorry. Claire Redfield, Chris's fucking sister? No? Doesn't ring a bell because you play her in the main game. I can do this for every generation. It's not a lack of females. In fact, I'll do one better for you. How about this generation? Anybody ever played a game called Horizon Zero Dawn? Oh, I know quite a few people played that game. Hell, I got some gameplay on my channel of that game. The main protagonist is Aloy, who is female. You want to know where the female presence is? How dare you sweep these people under the rug? How dare you take major AAA titles and just sweep them under the rug like they're nothing and say, oh, the female presence in video games isn't there. Obviously, you've never played a video game in your life. Pick up a controller. PlayStation's 2017 game was Horizon Zero Dawn. Main protagonist is a female. And you want to sweep that under the rug. How about a character who goes by the name of Lara Croft has been around since the PlayStation 1? You know, it's the same rug, sweep her under there as if she never existed. Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, Rebecca, I can't remember her last name, but she's also part of the Resident Evil series. Those games have been out since, well, except for Rebecca who came along in the GameCube generation, since the PlayStation 1. Same rug, let's sweep them under there because they don't fucking matter, right? These women have been in these video games for a long time and resonate with a lot of people. Where are the females being represented in video games? Every fucking where. I can't help it if you want to play games like God of War or, you know, games where the main protagonist is a male. I can't help that. I can't help you if you don't want to pick up a game where the female isn't there. But even Silent Hill 3, you played as Sarah. I do believe that was her name. I hope I didn't fuck that up. But I do remember Silent Hill 3 was the first one where you played as a female. Because I remember going to her apartment and Harry being dead. I remember that. So, no. There's not any female being represented in any big titles that people would actually play. That doesn't happen. You're full of shit. You're picking at something that doesn't exist. The better question, if there even is one, is when you go out and you say buy Uncharted 4, right? I don't know how many copies of this game sold. How come people aren't running out and buying the female one? How come this game does better than this game? And I don't know if that's true, but that's the way you should ask that question if it even needs to be asked. Why is it that this game isn't selling as well as that game? Obviously, it has nothing to do with the gender. I don't know why I want to say gender. Gender of the person who is in the game. It has everything to do with the person playing the game. If you are driven to play games that are dominated by males because that's the role that was written, I can't help you. I can't help you if all you want to do is go and play Gears of War. If all you want to do is play Metal Gear Solid. If all you want to do is run around and play fucking, like I said, God of War. If that's all you want to play, even Rise Son of Rome, if that's all you want to play, it's not the industry's fault that you can't find females. It's your own fucking fault because you got limited viewing of what's out there. Females are represented in video games just damn well. Pretty fucking fine if you ask me. Tomb Raider has been around for how many fucking years? And had how many fucking games? And for some reason, they want to compare Tomb Raider to this. I don't do that because Tomb Raider is like Zelda. And how long they've been out. Zelda has a legacy. Tomb Raider is a legacy. There's too many games, too many generations for you to compare Uncharted to fucking Tomb Raider. Lara Croft has got everything over on Nathan Drake. I'm sorry, she's just been around longer. If it's, well, the gameplay with Uncharted is so much better. Okay, but you gotta consider the times in which those games came out in. You gotta consider all that. See what I'm saying? So it has nothing to do with females are not being represented in video games. Bullshit. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, especially Final Fantasy VII, where I believe 100% of anyone who's played that game all the way up to where she dies balls like a fucking baby. You get what I'm saying to you? Like I said, if there even is a need to ask this question, it isn't where are females being represented. It's why are their games not as popular? That's a better question. And just in case you think I don't know anything of anything and I'm just bringing up God of War because it's a male dominated game, wasn't Heavenly Sword kind of the female version of God of War? I remember the controls were pretty much dead on for a clone of that game. Meaning Heavenly Sword being a clone of God of War. But wasn't the lead in that game a female? Huh. I don't know why people have such a problem with this. It's not that there's no females. It's your dumbass is too damn stupid to go and buy the fucking game. Go buy the game. Females are represented just fine in the industry. Have been for many years. It's just you're too damn blind to actually go and fucking get them. I don't care if you have a female lead. As long as the game is good, I'll sit here all day and say how bad Tomb Raider is, but that's just because the controls are clunky. They're terrible controls. I can't stand the controls. I love the new controls to the new Tomb Raiders, like Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. I love the controls in those games. But I'll say I honestly hated Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation. I didn't like her being on the Xbox because the controls were clunky. I didn't like anything after those. I didn't even like those because it was so clunky. But at the same time, it was the generation in which it came out and the time period in which it came out. That was basically it. You know, and then you have Jill Valentine, Claire Redfield, female protagonists who've been around for years in respected video games, respectable video games, and respectable, you know, series, franchises, being Resident Evil. Dude, females are represented just fine in video games. Not only are they represented just fine, they actually have a presence. And if you don't think they do, I can't help you. I can't do anything for you. You gotta think about that. I mean, think of it this way. Think of if you're sitting there watching movies and you're going, where are all the good actresses at? This movie sucks. Well, what are you watching? What do you watch? What's your main thing you like to watch? That's going to determine how you see that. If all you're watching are mainly men movies like Rocky or, you know, Transformers or the Terminator and shit like that, the problem isn't that you can't find any good female actors. It's the fact that you watch pretty much those type of movies. And even those type of movies have female roles in them. They're just not as popular. So you gotta ask that same question. Why are they not as pushed? Why are they not, you know, as this one's as good? You get what I'm saying? Because I think it comes down to a question of why are they not as out there as, say, the male counterparts? Why are the, you know, the male roles out there way more than the female ones? And even that can be a question of, I don't know if that's true because of how much representation something gets over the name. Like Resident Evil had a female protagonist in the whole fucking franchise during the movies. Got pushed just fine, but then again, it also is Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying? Comes down to being up here. So anyway, there'll be a link down in the description below. Feel free to go read it. You'll also notice in the article, Ubisoft is a part of this. Ubisoft. Let me talk to you for 2 seconds. Do you not know that you make Assassin's Creed? And are you not aware that Liberation is got a female protagonist, and Syndicate has a female protagonist. Seriously, somebody needs some help. I I can't stand shit like that because I'm like, you're focused on the wrong thing. Maybe it's not that they're not there. Maybe it's you have a specific thing that you're watching or you're playing and that's not there because it's not in the fucking script. It's as simple as that. It's not in the fucking script. Because movies and video games, they do have a script and a story in which they follow. And to be up your own ass about the fact that you feel like I'm not represented in this game or this movie is dumb as hell. The stupidest thing I could ever see. I'm not being represented in this video game. I'm not being represented in this here movie. Okay, but maybe you're not supposed to be. It's really that easy. Maybe you're not supposed to be. The person who wrote it didn't have that in mind. And there's no crime for not having that in mind, you or anybody in mind, when they're creating something else. Do you feel bad because you're not represented in the Avengers? See what I'm saying? It's a stupid fucking thing. So, I gotta put it out there because I don't know how many people are gonna say anything about this. I don't know how many people have said anything about this, but this article is brand new. And like I said, it says the gaming industry finally recognizes they're missing females. It says something about finally noticing something to do with female roles in video games. There's plenty of them out there, and there's plenty of respectable ones. And I'm not just saying from yesteryear, respectable. Horizon Zero Dawn, respectable. Lara Croft is even making games in this generation, respectable. Respect the ones that have been around for decades before you ask some bullshit ass question like that. Deuces.